Gaffer, another point on the board this evening. How do you sum that one up?
Hard fought, without a shadow of a doubt. I think everyone could see the type of game it was. So it was a real physical battle for all the players out there. And after the first 15-20 minutes of bombardment, which we sort of we struggled to sort of compete against in a different way. I thought after the first 20 minutes, I thought we gathered our thoughts. I thought we were a little bit more in tune mentally with what was coming our way, and we just got a foothold in the game after the first 20 minutes, and I thought we were good for the rest of the half. Second half was more of the same, but we've created some really good chances that we on the day, if we take at least one of them, we win the game. But the players were put through a real physical test on it.
I guess it's just one of those where you look back and it's a bit of a cliche, but it was just one of those nights when you look at the chances at the end.
Yeah, I think when a game's that hectic and that intense and aggressive, to find that composure in a split second, in an action to make the finish or to pick out the right pass or to make the right decision, I think it's very difficult. I've been there as a player when a game is that frantic, when you're desperate to win as well, and we're going towards our fans and the fans are willing us to score. So to have that composure right at the final moment, that's what we needed, or a little bit of quality. But the attitude of the players was superb. We carried on throwing punches right to the end. And then another day we win that 1-0, but they still carry the danger. The amount of set pieces and everything that come into our box. We had to stand up to it today, and I thought to a man everyone did.
It's another point towards the tally. They all add up towards the end of the season, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I think there's an element of frustration from the players after the game. I think just because maybe the moments we had in the last 10-15 minutes, but we shouldn't be, because I think we've come up against two strong teams that are up at the top end of this division, that have been in the division for a few years longer than us. I think they've been really respectful of what we've been bringing to the game. It's been a physical battle on both of them. We've had to compete against the two best sides in the division set pieces wise, and we haven't conceded from a set piece. So that's a positive for us to take forward. There'll be other games when we can where it's a little bit more controlled and composed in the game. But I think we have to understand over the course of 46 games, 23 different opponents, you're going to play different styles and different ways, and teams are going to try and find some weakness in what you are. And at the moment, I don't think teams are finding that, because I don't think we have a particular weakness. I think we can compete physically. I think we can do it technically, tactically. I think motivation is good. So I think if you want to be successful and win a lot of games, then you have to have all the tools, and I believe we have within the squad.
And how pleasing is it to see the players stand up to those different challenges in the last few weeks?
Yeah, I thought the first 20. Look, we knew what the game was going to be. We knew how physical we'd have to be to combat what was coming. But I still thought it took us 15-20 minutes to sort of navigate that period. So it was good to not concede in that time. And I think as we look back and as we're building this team and evolving, we look back at a team that was really good technically, and we beat them, or really good physically, and we've beat them or took points off them. Really good tactically, and we've done it. So we're finding ways, and we understand that whatever comes our way, we have what it takes to take points from games. So I think that when we come in tomorrow, we'll feed a little bit back to the players. I think I've been in the game a long time, and that's a real tough game. It's hard to get any rhythm. So to be still pushing right at the end, and the game management from the keeper, kicking his studs and all that sort of stuff, that shows that they're happy with that.
When you look at the last two battles and the last two games in particular, the tough nature, the physical nature, how much can the players learn about each other when they stand up amongst each other in those battles and show that real bond? Yeah,
well, look, if you've got any weakness in your team mentally or physically, then it's going to be exposed there in that, without a shadow of a doubt. So I'm really happy with the clean sheet, because they'll win a lot of points, as will Stevenage, as we will. Because we've got good players, a good way of playing, for us, which suits us, and I think we can compete against whatever comes our way. So I think the players will come in tomorrow. I think there'll be a few limping, a few bruised, a few battled, but it's worth it for that point, because at the end of the season that will add to our tally. And you know, we showed last week we had 4 draws on the trot. I think we're one of 3 or 4 teams that have only lost 1 game this season in the whole of England. So we've got a good mentality of being hard to beat, but we know how many goals we can score as well. And what I liked tonight was we just didn't stop trying, which we always do.
And it was another clean sheet tonight as well. That must be pleasing and something to build on going forward.
Yeah, you know, that's something that we need to get better with if we want to take advantage of what we've got as an attacking team. It's been really tough to break down 2 opponents we've had in the last 2 games, but to only concede 1 in 2 games. You know, they've won every single game at home, and tonight it's I think 2nd or 3rd clean sheet, maybe 4th. I'm not sure, but if we can add more, then we know we'll win more games.